Meta and those companies have to pay news outlets to post their news on their platforms. So what Meta is doing is now they're blocking access to news through their platforms in Canada. So you won't be able to see news on Instagram or Facebook or anything like that. So what are your thoughts on that, really?
That's pretty tragic, but to be completely honest, I've never seen any news on any media in the first place.
Honestly, considering that I get a lot of my news from the internet, I find it like very kind of disheartening, and it's hard to understand things, really. So I don't know where to get my news from now. Like, I have to actively search for it.
I feel like it will impact, I feel like more of the older generation. They get their news from Facebook, so I feel like that'll impact them.
I think it's a horrible decision on their part because it's a really childish response to a law that the government made. I feel like there was better ways the government could have approached the situation, and I think there's a better way that the companies could respond. They could be much more mature about it.
I don't really know yet because I don't know how it will impact it, like, specifically. Maybe like I'll have to wait for like a couple months to pass to see like what, like, then when I scroll on Instagram, I'll see like, oh, like I won't be able to see that anymore.
If it's on like social media, I feel like I mostly get my news from there, so that would suck a lot.
You get your news from Instagram or Facebook, or
I actually usually get my news from Twitter.
so you don't think it would impact how you receive your news?
Not at all, no. It's hard to get like good journalism these days, and like I don't think I'll really expect to find it on media anyways.
Be honest, it won't impact me much because I go on direct news apps, but there was definitely a convenience factor involved because I would randomly come across a lot of news on social media, for example, and the fact that I now won't be notified as easily of certain things that I might want to hear about is going to be kind of annoying.